Hey everybody, Real with Wes, day 4 coming at you here. Hope everybody's safe, everybody's doing well in our New York area with all the floods and everything. If you guys need anything out, our members, just reach out, to our ministry line here at New York, and we're here for you. But prayers and blessings to each and every one of you, and just pray that you and your family are well. So this week I've been talking about investing wisely. And investing wisely, I've been speaking about the currency. The big thing is relationships. That is your greatest investment. It is the most eternal thing. The only eternal thing I believe in life is relationships. It's the only thing we're going to take with us when we leave this earth. So it's us to be a good steward in these areas. And many times when we're a good steward in these areas, it will enrich our lives. When you sow into the people around you, and you sow the right things, and trust me, there's going to be a lot of mistakes. I think I'll talk about that tomorrow is what I'll deal with. But today I kind of want to, there's going to be a lot of mistakes, but the investment will be worth it. Today I want to kind of deal with the part of know your boundaries. Man, when you're investing, anything you invest in, you got to know how much you can give and how much you can invest. Some people will overinvest. Sometimes there's an underinvestment. Sometimes there's the investment that's misallocated, meaning you're giving too much in this area and neglecting the need in this area. So many times you got to take a step back and know your reach and your boundaries. I tell people all the time this is we care, and you should care. An investment takes care, investing in people, but you only have so much to go around in one day. You only have the same 24 hours in each day, and you only as a human have so much capacity to pour out before you got to be poured back into, and you got to be selective at times to know, hey, this is my responsibility and influence in who I pour into. If you're over giving to all the people at your work, but you're neglecting your spouse at home, you got some misbalance on your investment. So you need to know how much you're going to invest in each area. Now, every day is going to look a little different. Every day it's a challenge. This doesn't just happen. But let me tell you, a lot of times the frustration will come in when your investments are misplaced. The friction will come in when the investments are misplaced. The unease and the lack of peace will come in when there's the misplaced. And here's the thing, man. Everybody and everything, and we all do this, will demand all of your attention and all your time. And if you're not okay sometimes putting up a firm boundary of sometimes saying no in a moment, or that's enough in this moment, or I have to go take care of this, you're going to be spread so thin. And then when you get at the end of the day, it's just going to be exhausting, and it's not going to feel that well accomplishment, because you got to be, remember, I talked about this week is called investing wisely. You have to be wise. Now, where does that wisdom come from many a times? Man, that's where you trust God. You trust the Holy Spirit. Trust the Holy Spirit to lead you. There's the practical side too. You map out, you plan your day. You have to be intentional about this. This doesn't just happen. You don't just somehow feel your way through it. A lot of times I know people think that. And sometimes when I say feel your way through it, I'm talking about emotionally, because our hearts are always going to go out to people and be like, man, we see something immediately, and it's like we got to deal with. But that spiritual compassion will come up, and you'll be led by that. But then other times it can be some days where it's real hard and rigid and kind of written out and bullet pointed out, like, this is my responsibility. This is my time. And the last thing I'll leave you with right there, I said the keyword time. What is ultimately we're investing in people? It's our highest thing we're investing. People think money all the time, and it's like the lowest part of this whole process. It's really our time. And so you have to be strategic how much time you give each person in each area, and know when, hey, I've given you enough time. Because, man, when your relationships receive quality time from you, man, that's when they feel nourished. I know when I spend time with my wife and my family and give that quality time there, man, my week goes completely different. And I mean for the better. But I can also tell when it's not there, when that investment of quality time is not there. And sometimes it's just simple taking that extra 5 minutes in the morning to talk to each other and say, hey, outside of business. It's taking that extra 30 minutes at night before you go to bed. It's taking that extra time here, even when you're tired, that extra moment here throughout the day, and the consistency of that investment. Because each day you're going to have to come in. It's not a one-time investment. and you'll come through and be like, boom, I got to do this again. You get your routine down is what you get. Just all these little practical things. But what I encourage you to do today, invest your time wisely and know where to invest in, which relationships demand the higher priority. And when you get those in order, which ultimately is your relationship with God starting at the top of that, and then everything else right there that blends right in is your immediate family and your home, and then your friendships and your workplace. And it's kind of general like that, and everybody has to kind of figure out each their own in that. And depending on, you got single people, you got all these different married people, it's going to look a little different. You'll be a lot happier though when you got your investments and you're investing right there. Because here's the thing, you invest that time, you get nourishment from that back, by the way. What you invest in, you're going to see that return on. When you invest that time, you're going to see the enrichment of that, and you'll be a lot happier when things are in order and you won't feel in chaos. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. That was a little more straightforward and practical. I'll come back with you tomorrow here, and we'll get on into this to finish this up. And I'll talk about the mistake side of it, the falling short, the mess ups, and not letting that get in your head, but learning how to do this, because it takes practice and it takes repetition. All right, that's all I got for you, though. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I'll catch you tomorrow.